This epidemic of gun violence knows no boundaries. Between 88 and 92 people a day are killed by guns. We're better than this. We need to close the loopholes and support universal background checks. How many people have to die before we actually act?
That was the latest ad from Hillary Clinton. Hillary openly calls for gun control reform, as you heard, a position she now shares a lot in common with President Barack Obama.
Yeah, over the weekend, President Obama sent an email to the Democratic Party urging followers to join him to enact stricter gun control laws. Quote, "We can't sweep this problem under the rug or accept that there's nothing we can do because," quote, "stuff happens. Unless we do something, these painful tragedies will continue." To talk more about this, we're joined now by Second Amendment attorney Alexandra Kincaid and criminal defense attorney Alex Ozols. Thanks for being with us, guys.
Thanks. Appreciate the opportunity.
All right, we hear a lot about gun control in the wake of every single mass shooting, but nothing ever gets done in Congress. Then suddenly, more recently than not, Clinton and Obama both issue similar stances on calls for gun control. Alexandria, is this a legit call to change things, or is this more of a politically motivated scheme by both Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama because it does appeal to the base of the Democratic Party?
Well, throughout history, our gun control laws have been based on politics. They're not based on reality. And the statistics that Hillary is relying upon, 40% of gun sales are done without background checks, have been refuted over and over again. In fact, that particular study that she's referring to was conducted in part before the background check system was even in place.
Alex, in a recent letter to Loretta Lynch, the mayors of New York, LA, and Chicago write, according to the Brady campaign, 5% of gun dealers in the U.S. supply 90% of the guns used in crime. If they can track this so easily, someone asked, why hasn't Lynch already gone after these dealers?
I think that there is an issue, and there is a problem. I think that these guns are being contracted. I don't know. I think that it's going to take a lot more studies to come through to confirm that. But the issue is these guns are getting to the wrong people. And these guns are getting to people who are uneducated, and some of these people have mental health issues. And that can't be happening. I think that's one of the reasons why the politicians are trying to take a stand.
Well, another stat used in that letter to Attorney General Lynch is that, or General Lynch, I should say, is that 89 people die from gun violence every day, similar to the stats that Hillary Clinton used in her ad. I mean, this is an alarming number, Alex, but is it actually accurate?
It depends on what statistics you're going by on how accurate that number is, okay? We know about the gun violence. We see it in every single day. We see it every day. We see gun violence. We see once a week there's been, a shooting at a university. Now, we see that, but these numbers saying 89 individuals, we don't know where those statistics are directly coming from, and we don't know how reliable those statistics are.
Now, the president says if nothing changes, shootings will just continue to happen. Alexandra, what is, in your mind, the pro-Second Amendment solution to prevent these mass shootings?
The mass shootings are all occurring in gun-free zones, so the simple solution would be to eliminate our gun-free zones.
So you think more guns would lead to less violence?
I think more guns in the hands of right people will deter the criminal activity because, as we know, these criminals are writing in their diaries, they're posting on social media, they are selecting locations where they know law-abiding citizens have been disarmed.
Alexandria, there have been attempts in Congress by Joe Manchin and Pat Toomey, two senators, bipartisan effort, to enact what some would call some common sense gun laws. Is there any proposals in Washington, D.C. that you heard from Congress that could reach this chasm between both sides of the debate?
I don't think so. I think the divide is growing, and what we're seeing is folks who think that there shouldn't be any guns in the hands of anybody in this country, which clearly violates our Constitution. And then there are folks who want to arm themselves and protect their lives and protect their families, and they have no intention of committing crimes with their firearms whatsoever.
Alex, do you have an answer to that question I just asked Alexandria?
I do have an opinion on that. I first want to touch real quick. More guns, I don't know how anyone can think that could be the answer. I just do not think that's a rational explanation to any of this. Having more guns in the area, that's never been proven. That hasn't been proven in any other country. There's no way that that can be a rational response to it. What's needed is education and mental health resources. The people that have these guns need to be educated on how to use these guns, why they should have them, what they're used for, and they need mental health outlets at schools, at universities, where they can just talk to someone, because sometimes someone just needs someone to talk to. I think that that needs to be the answer. I don't think more guns in the area can be the answer. I don't see that as a logical response.
Alex and Alexandria, thank you so much for joining us here on NewsMax Now. Hope to have you back.
Thanks,
you.
appreciate it.
And be sure to stay tuned for NewsMax's post-debate coverage immediately following the debate. John and I will be there, plus we'll have plenty of special guests like Michael Savage and Dick Moore, so you don't want to miss it. Be sure to stay tuned. You're watching NewsMax Now. Your headlines coming up.